Okay, I'm back. Hi guys. As you can see, I have a canvas sitting here and it's covered in white paint. Painted over a canvas that I did a week ago, and then I tried to do something else to it and it just totally did not work. And so I painted over it. So I'm going to try something a little different today, similar to what I have done in the past, but a hint different. And this is another experiment. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I've already been told that it's probably not going to turn out the way I want it to, but a lot of things don't turn out, kind of how I have in my mind. But let me show you the painting from the other day. Here it is. After I turned the camera off, I took a straw and sort of blew through this area right through here, and it made, kind of blended into the outer edges of the other colors, and it made it a little more organic looking. I think it fits better because it was just too stark of a line through there. So, and look at that. I still have my bluebird. She's pretty cool. She actually, her wing, a little bit of yellow pulled up through it, and she still has her eyeball. It's a little squashed, but still, she's still there. So she's still there. So this is my bluebird painting. I love it. She's kind of cool. But yeah, it's gonna hang like this, not sideways like this, because obviously I have a bird flying through my painting, so it's gonna have to be hung like this. And I see that I must have, maybe one of the kids like brushed it or something, because I know I didn't do that. There's a little ding right up there, but you can't really tell. There's so many colors in there. So oh well. So that's that. The colors did dry a little darker on that one, but I kind of like them a little darker. The apple barrel colors aren't as bright as when they're wet. You can go back and varnish over them, and it'll pick up the brightness a little bit, but not a whole lot. Especially when you blend a lot of the colors together, they really tend to work off each other and create some a little bit darker colors. But I like it. It turned out pretty cool. So I got a bunch of colors here. They're all either Craft Smart or Apple Barrel. The Craft Smart I'm trying to get rid of because I don't care for it. If it sits in the bottle for too long, it gets kind of almost mealy. And sometimes you can save it and bring it back, and sometimes you can't. I threw away a couple bottles the other day that have been sitting here for a couple months, and after a couple months, they just don't do well. So, I'm sorry, Craft Smart, but they're great. They're good paints, but sometimes they don't do well sitting for too long. All right, so this is, like I said, going to be an experiment. It's sort of a play on the whole tree ring pour or swirly pour or whatever you want to call it. I haven't seen anybody else do this, so I don't know. But if the idea came from somewhere else, cool. If it came from me, cool. I don't really care. So I'm looking at this and I realize I have no pour cups. So let me grab a pour cup really quick, because I've been using the little bitty cups all morning long, but this one's going to need a bigger cup. So and I normally would not do a tree ring pour with this many colors. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually 7 colors, but I don't have a lot of them because what I was using them for was something small, so I didn't need a lot of color. So, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to start with the white. I need to stir that up because I mixed 2 different whites together. And my stick is stuck to the paper. Fantastic. And the paint on the canvas is really kind of lumpy all over the place, but it'll dry flat when it's all done. Okay, some white in the bottom. A good bit of white. And then let's do some light blue, because it's pretty. Some pinkish lavender. And I'm not really trying to mix these colors together, but they are kind of, because I'm, I have so much distance to go to hit the bottom of the cup. The Cloudless, which is my total favorite, and it is just sinking. We're just going to pour it all in there, because I think this canvas is really going to need all of this paint for what I'm going to attempt to do. The dark blue, the light blue. I'm kind of sticking my cup down in there so I don't I don't want the colors to mix too much. The plum, which is a gorgeous color. It's pretty much just the same as my wild iris. And you know what? Let's add a little bit of white in there. And then my lavender, which is pretty much a mixture of all these colors together. I scraped it off the last canvas that I was fussing with. And I'm going to, I'm going to scrape the rest of these paints into my cup. So kind of have like a double layer, a little bit, because there's not much paint left in these little bitty cups. And I bought these little cups for something else, but I can't remember. They've been sitting on the shelf, and I have no idea what I bought them for. So I'm probably going to rinse them out and reuse them because they're kind of tough little cups. They're kind of like little medicine cups, but they're wider, so they're really easy to stir. And of course, they don't have the, medicine cups have those little grooves in the bottom of them, so you can't really stir up paint in them. But they're awesome for pouring little things. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Could be a disaster. A lot of my things lately are. It could be totally cool. Let's put a little bit more white in there. Alright. Just because it's all going to pour off anyway. Oops, I forgot my lavender. Put a little more lavender in there. There we go. Why not? Okay. I'm not going to stir that up at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at this end because I've noticed that I sort of tend to migrate across my canvas just a little bit when I'm doing the tree ring pour. So it kind of gave me an idea. I thought, what would happen if you migrated like all the way across the canvas? But you need a bigger canvas. So this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. So I'm going to start down here because I've got sort of a mess going on here, so I want the paint to pour over it. Start down here and sort of work my way up that way. Hopefully. Who knows? Well, that was a lot of white. At the end, I'm just going to sort of sit here and let it rest and just let it pour out, the rest of it pour out. And there's no silicone in these paints. But you see it's because the colors are coming up through that heavier white. So, ooh, look at this. This, if you can see it's really close up, it's really pretty with the but all I see really is the lavender and the dark blue and the purple. So for the sort of wild iris plum color. So, I'm going to move some of these little paint cups out of the way because they are totally in the way and I'm going to pour paint all over them. And then we're going to pick it up. It looks kind of like a cocoon right now. Some kind of butterfly cocoon. Oh, I got to pick it up. Oh, it's heavy. I'm going to have to pour off a lot of this paint. And this, I'm planning on pushing the paint to its limit because I think it looks cool when you do that. To me, it does. I'm kind of hoping for some negative space, but I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get that with having to pour a lot of the paint off. Oh, I don't want to pour those colors off. No, I'm pretty sure no negative space is going to be left on this one. And kind of see what it's doing so far. Kind of neat. I really want to go off that corner though. But not too much, not too much. There we go. Okay. Woo, pretty. I hope I can sort of keep it together. I'm really going to have to get rid of that negative space in the corner over there because I'm really not liking it. I don't know if I got enough paint. I'm stretching everything out big time. But I kind of like to stretch the paint. it looks cool. I mean, look at it so far. Cool. Gotta get it off this corner over here. Definitely for me. Come on, baby. It's creeping down that way. Slowly. This is just going to be a hugely stripy painting. That's all. It's just going to be stripy. Let's see if I can get it to come off that corner over there. I don't know if I can or not. I don't want to bang it on the table because that sort of makes things go weird sometimes. On my little... Oh, I just stuck my painting on my shirt. Okay, let's... Maybe if we do some... I don't know. I really don't know. I need to pull some of that paint off. Whoops, everything is just sticking to everything else. So I'm going to pour a little more white in there. Maybe I can, if I pour it along here, it'll coax it off that corner. Maybe. We'll just sort of do that with it. And then this one as well. Hopefully I'll pull that color off. Because I really don't want any more white on there. I just want it to pull the color off. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. Nope, it is not cooperating at all. Come on. I'm sorry for the shaking of the table. I'm going to drop this on its face in a minute. Oh, and now my lines are all going up. I didn't want them to go up. Okay. There we go, baby. Alright. Well, you know what? It's pretty. I like it. I am going to set it down if I can set it down without dropping it. This corner actually turned out okay over here. Even though I didn't pull it back down because it kind of blends in with this area. You know, I mean, it's not a traditional pour. It's definitely not a tree ring pour. I really needed more paint, obviously. I thought I had enough, but I did not. I really wanted more of this going on, but I think I just had to pull it too much. And I kind of lost my, I guess, sort of my marble rose thing I was going for. But, you know, I'm going to keep trying with this bigger canvas because I love the stripes. I love stripes. They're fun. And let me wash my hands because I want to, I got a little bit on the sides there. I need to pull the paint down just a little bit. And I want to be able to get you down so you can see the stripes a little closer because they really are pretty. And oh, and I finally ordered. Those of you who are interested, I know some of you were questioning me. I actually finally ordered some bezels. So, order some bezels. They're going to be here in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. I have a few here at the house that I'm going to play around with for the next few days. But, yeah, see, this is what I made with just some, you know, leftover paint and some spots. That one's cool. This one's the coolest though. I mean, it's going to be perfect for some little pendants. So I'm excited about that. And where did my palette knife go? There it is. I'm just going to pull a little bit of paint off this, off the corner, off the edge over here because there's no, it didn't, all that paint and it still did not come down on this corner. And then I'll get y'all down. You can see what it looks like close up. It's pretty. I like it. So it's a keeper, which is, I hope the texture from the painting that was below it does not come through, because it was, I say, a disaster. Now, I'll probably get in trouble. My kids always get upset with me when I paint over things, but so that's what I do when they're in school. So let me get you down.